Welcome back, everyone. Criminal Archer here. Time for some more Lamplight City. So, we just got done talking to this dude. He's kind of useless right now. Let's go check out the other rooms in the house before we go see the doctor about sobering that dude up. Lady working back here.
Certainly no shortage of bowls or food preparation items around here. Yeah, it looks like gumbo's on the menu tonight. I wonder how it compares with Upton's special recipe. Judging by the amount of food this family probably eats, washing the dishes must take forever. Looks like the type of spices you'd use in a stew. Most likely paprika or turmeric. Nice for... it's times like these make me wish I could still eat.
Let's just go talk to this lady.
Pardon me, miss.
What? Who are you?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm investigating the attempted murder of Madame Dupre.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm very busy. I can't help you.
Anything about what happened?
Do you know anything about what happened to Madame Dupre?
No, I don't. Please leave me to my work. I shouldn't be talking to you.
All right, I'm going.
Alright, so she's not going to be very helpful unless we can find a way to get her to talk to us. We go upstairs instead.
A horrible little porcelain figurine. Madame Dupre didn't strike me as the type to play with dolls. Nice bouquet of roses, although it would make things much easier if they were Easter lilies.
If only.
Ah, the Gascon docks. The artist definitely took some liberties. You can't see a single person getting stabbed.
Doorway, door. Let's go to the door all the way at the end. We'll work our way back around. Mirror. Sure, we'll start with the mirror. Why not?
You've got some huge bags under your eyes, Miles. Reminds me of the case we had on that strange train.
Don't remind me.
Book. Oh.
Seems Madame Dupre fancies herself a poet.
To dream, O Morpheus, caress my cheek. Bring forth the soothing visions. Give me strength when I am weak. Allow me some provisions. In your domain I am as a queen, controlling all I see and hear. I've traveled places I've never been, and know not the meaning of fear. The dove. The dove is pure, serene, and pale, a glowing angel in the sparkling sky. Its gentle coos unlike the wail of the cursed crow that will not die. Protect the dove from grim defeat. Let it remain in gentle flight. For whom the crow's allowed to eat, it covers the world in eternal night.
Well, that was life-changing.
For once in my life, I'm completely speechless.
Then perhaps I should take this with me and read it more often. Nah.
The don't quit your day job achievement?
That's an old uniform, from the turn of the century by the look of it. This must be Madame Dupre's first husband. Kinda strange that she'd still keep his portrait in the bedroom. One of those melodramatic romances. I read it a while back, and I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
Parsons of Crook Hall, Covenant of the Damned, and other short stories.
Now that one sounds interesting. I was always a fan of Bedletter's short stories.
Chesterton, A Brief
Doesn't
History.
appear to be very brief if there's 2 volumes of it. I wonder if anyone outside the family would find this even remotely interesting.
Probably not.
Choice and Consequence. Who in their right mind would write a book about that? I don't even want to know what that one's about.
Equestrian Mesmerism.
I read that one last year. If you ever wanted to know the intimate details of a buffalo's anatomy, I highly recommend it.
Alright.
A much younger Madame Dupre. I suppose that's a nice alternative to a mirror. Ooh, a fainting couch. You know, I always wanted one of these, but I never fainted enough to justify buying one.
Chest of drawers.
Let's see if there's anything in these drawers.
Almost missed this.
Damn, nothing but personal effects and more stationery.
Don't forget the first rule of detective work. If there's nothing useful inside, check underneath and between.
Ah, yes, of course. Thanks for the reminder.
Now this is intriguing.
I'm not going to warn you again, you disgusting mulatto thug. Stay away from my daughter and my house, or I'll kill your blah blah blah.
Nothing else of interest.
It would appear that Madame Dupre was taking music lessons.
Her current predicament has probably put an end to that venture, though.
It's just a scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
I've never seen so many beauty products together in one place. Doesn't look like they get used much, though. I've never seen so many beauty...
Open that chest.
Locked. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Whoever lives in this room really likes... Nice little cottage. Looks like it would make a nice cozy...
I'm gonna click through some of these now. Just if they don't
Let's
seem
have a
like
look
they're
through
gonna be
these
useful.
papers. Aha! What's this?
Dear Miss Montgomery, unfortunately I've been informed of a series of burglaries in the neighborhood near the room you're renting from me at 76 Forest Lane. As precaution, I've gone ahead and changed the locks. Please find enclosed copy of your new key. I hope this doesn't cause you too much of an inconvenience. Edwina Crestfell.
Interesting. This Miss Montgomery must be Andrew's sister. But why is she renting a room in the Chum? Guess there's really only one way to find out.
New place to go.
Well, someone's fancy. I never liked these types of beds much. They feel too claustrophobic.
I always thought they had a certain appeal myself.
Yes, you would think that about a bed that lets you shut out the rest of the world.
Alright, let's try this one more time.
Locked.
Yeah. That seems like all we can do in here for the moment. Go down this hallway.
Goodness, someone went overboard with the flowers. This brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Ones I'd rather forget.
I don't know much about art, but I see Madame Dupre and I at least have similar tastes. Why would anyone need so many flowers in one room?
Perhaps it's to mask the odors of those chemicals on the workstation.
Could be. Yeah, it must be a nice place to sit and listen to music. Oh, look! It's one of those new audio cylindergraphs. I can't quite wrap my head around how they can manage to get sound out of a wax cylinder. The Science of Pharmacology. Yeah, I'm sure it's riveting stuff.
There's something sticking out of it.
It looks as though this folded piece of paper is being used as a bookmark. I hope remembering what page they were on wasn't too important.
Looks like it's a letter for Andrew.
Andrew, enclosed is the agreed upon fee. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on exams without your help. Dr. Tennyson charges an obscene amount. Thank goodness for good people like you with home pharmacies. I look for them in the usual spot under the Weeping Angel. Joshua. But yeah, sorry to hear about your mother. I'll wait a few days before passing by.
These should be useful.
Tweezers.
I can only wonder what sort of potions Andrew concocts in this thing.
Leeches.
Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. These would make a sloth act like a hummingbird. Decadent. A gentle reminder that everyone's time is slowly running out. Decadent.
Why is the scale listed as decadent? I don't
Is this really the
understand that.
best that medical science has to offer? What in the ether is that thing supposed to be? Actually, I'd rather not know.
Alright, that seems to be it for this.
The science of...
Okay, I don't know how to play a scale. I feel like I should. I feel like that's what we're supposed to do here, but I don't actually know how to play a scale. So hopefully that's not important, because I don't know how to play the harpsichord. Or any instrument for that matter. I'm mildly okay on drums.
This fountain probably looked nice as an angel. This would probably be too risky a place to hide something anyway.
Alright. So it wasn't that... Not that
Doctor,
one.
may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
May I ask exactly what kind of...
A simple tincture of laudanum. It's what I give all my nervous patients.
He seems a bit out of sorts.
Hot? Meat kettle.
It can have that effect, but it usually wears off in half a day or so.
Is there a way to bring him out of his condition sooner?
A stimulant would have the opposite effect, but I wouldn't recommend mixing the two. It could have potentially harmful effects on his heart.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, of course. I wasn't planning on doing anything of the sort. I was just curious.
It's cute how you act like you have no experience in these matters. It's almost convincing.
Those are all the questions I've got.
I hope I answered.
Alright, so... Let's give him a heart attack, right? Let's go get some pep pills from upstairs. And we'll jack him up here.
The bottle is empty.
Okay, I guess we're not getting
Is this really...
any pet pills right now. Alright.
A horrible...
Guess we'll go look at somewhere else, some other location, and come back later. I can't think of anything else to do right now.
This fountain probably looked nicer when there's an angel on the fountain, but it doesn't look like it's weeping. This would probably...
Alright. So that's the address we saw. Sorry, pharmacy. Let's go see the address.
Egad! Is this someone's room or a jungle?
Quite a fascinating array of plants in here. Not to mention the machinery on the table.
Madame Dupre's daughter seems to have an interesting hobby. We really should see about tracking her down. I wonder what sort of fertilizer or growth tonic these plants are getting. Whatever it is, it's definitely working. That's quite the book collection. It almost puts Adelaide's to shame.
All impeccably cataloged and organized as well, which makes the two missing volumes stand out even more.
Okay, which ones are missing?
That's quite the...
All impeccable...
I guess he doesn't know.
Those
He
are the
just
most
knows there's two
vibrant
missing.
flowers we've seen in a while. I bet they smell extra strong.
Yes, they certainly...
It's a good thing you're the one with the... This plant makes Miles Jr. look like a single blade of grass. They appear to be scientific scribblings. I can't make heads nor tails of them.
That makes two of us.
They appear to be...
That makes two of...
Experiment desk. That seems bad. Alright.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh, etheric pressure. What a bunch of nonsense. I have no idea nor desire to know what purpose that thing has. Just a bunch of technical nonsense. I can't understand a word of it.
Well now, this is interesting.
Etheric affects flora. Larger, more vibrant flowers. Chlorophyll production seemingly triples. Root systems strengthen, increasing capacity to absorb nutrients. Conclusion. Plants thrive from exposure to small etheric currents. Further experiments are needed to determine long-term effects. Effects on fauna. Brain is clearly affected, including trance-like state. Muscle control lost, wings flap in unpredictable pattern. Conclusion. If animals with greater cognitive abilities, including humans, are exposed to specific quantities of ethericity, they will go into stupor, appearing unresponsive or dead.
Etheric?
So she was electrocuted?
They're just doing what flies do best.
Do this one more time here. Give me control again.
Oh, would you look at that?
Apparently that's all he's gonna say. Okay, okay. Anything else? Appears to be crates.
I'm guessing they're probably full of more scientific equipment or plant-related stuff.
Alright, that seems to be it in here for now. I'll go to the cemetery. I don't remember what we're doing here, but...
Ah, St. Denis Cemetery. Best view in the city. It's just a shame none of the residents can enjoy it. I think I'm buried around here somewhere. Wonder how the old gravestone is doing these days. Looks like people have left markings and offerings in front of this tomb. You may think it's a silly superstition, but I wish you'd leave a bottle of Bollingworth at my grave every now and then.
Police officer tomb.
I don't know him. Must be a recent addition to the force. Well, at least he won't recognize you. This just goes to show you can't take it with you, so you might as well spend it all on a giant tomb. Nice view of the river from up here. You can hardly even see the cloud of smog over the chum. The plaque says Harrison. Doesn't look very opulent, so I guess it doesn't belong to anyone important.
Alright, let's talk to this dude. Hello,
Good
police
day to you,
officer.
officer.
Good day, sir. How may I be of assistance?
Sure is a nice day to be walking around the cemetery, wouldn't you agree?
I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. Personally, the noise those bugs are making is starting to drive me crazy.
Would you mind letting me in the tomb, please?
Afraid I can't do that, sir. This tomb is currently part of a police investigation and ain't available for visits until further notice.
I think I saw someone being mugged at the front entrance.
Nice try, sir, but that's clearly a bunch of bull. You're just trying to get me to step away so you can go inside the tomb.
What? No, I would never do such a thing.
In any case, there's another officer stationed at the entrance, so if there
Seems
was
like he would
somebody
know that.
being mugged,
He
he'd
walked
see
in
it for
that way.
sure.
Well, at the very least, it's nice to see the department is hiring competent officers who aren't easily fooled.
Alright, so you gotta figure out a way to get him to go away, I guess. Question Albert in jail, investigate the tomb, find a stimulant to bring him out of the stupor. Alright, so I guess we can't do anything here right now.
Fordham? Is that you? You look like something a cat spat up.
Hello, Giles. It's lovely to see you too.
What brings you round the jail? I thought you'd quit being a detective.
I'm looking to speak with Mr. Albert Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, that's him in the first cell there. I'd say what needs saying as quick as you can, though. He's headed for the gallows in the morning.
That's fast.
What? Already? But what about a trial?
No trial necessary when there's black magic involved. This little half-breed's already sealed his fate.
Such a charming fellow, isn't he? He's watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business. I bet that's a direct line to the police department. You should make a rude noise into it when Giles isn't paying attention. Either crime is low, or the police aren't doing their jobs very well. Not much in the way of comfort. No bed or even a bucket. It's a good thing this place is meant for short stays.
Alright, let's go talk to this dude.
Mr. Martin?
Who are you? My lawyer?
No, I'm actually here to help you. The name's Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator.
How are you going to help me?
I'm looking into the attack on Madame Dupre. I believe you're innocent.
Oh, thank heaven. That's music to my ears.
Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Friend, if it means saving me from the noose, I'll tell you nothing less than God's truth.
Interesting choice of phrase for someone accused of using black magic.
Let's start talking about
How did you end up in here?
I was just minding my own business at home when the police showed up with no warning. They made some outrageous claims about me putting some sort of curse on Madame Dupre. The next thing I knew, I was here. Oh, Mama must be beside herself with worry. I just hope she's all right.
What does your mother do, Mr. Martin?
She
The cook, maybe?
helps people.
No?
I was hoping
maybe
you'd
not.
be just a bit more specific.
She provides spiritual help to those who seek guidance.
She's a spiritualist.
Not quite. She's more like... how can I explain it? You know how a priest holds mass to spread the word of God to the people? My mother holds services and calls on the spirits to walk among us, providing healing and guidance.
So she's a religious leader?
If you want to give her that title, it would be the most appropriate.
And does this religion of yours have a name?
You'd probably know it as voodoo, but it doesn't mean what you think it does. People are so quick to judge and portray us as evil when they have no idea.
So you practice voodoo, do you?
Are you making fun of me, Mr. Fordham?
No, of course not. Apologies if it seemed as though I was. It's just that the police are convinced that black magic was involved in Madame Dupre's apparent death.
That's because that idiot son of hers knew about my mother, and like all bigoted fools, assumed that we're involved in devil worship and the black arts. But I can assure you that this is most certainly not the case, Mr. Fordham.
Of course, I didn't mean to imply.
Just forget it.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupre?
What's to tell? She's a twisted, evil woman who got what was coming to her. Whoever attacked her deserves some sort of reward for the service they're doing the community.
So it wasn't you then?
No,
It's not really a very
I'm
helpful
innocent,
way to do
Mr.
this.
Fordham. You have to believe me.
I'm afraid you're not making that very easy right now, Mr. Martin. Do you know anything about the circumstances of Madame Dupre's supposed death?
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Then why did her son accuse you?
Probably because he's just as ignorant as she is.
What I meant was, how did her son know to accuse you? Have you had any contact with the family before?
Yes, you could say that.
Uh-oh. That gleam in his eye says it all.
You see, I'm involved with Dupre's daughter, Juliet Montgomery. Dupre doesn't like that one bit. She even threatened me once.
Is that right?
I know, I found
Yes,
the note.
she might have everyone else fooled, but that woman is the devil incarnate. I can't understand how something so heartless and cruel could have spawned someone as pure and, loving as my dear Juliet.
He's not really helping his case much, is he?
Tell me about Juliet.
She's wonderful. Such a beautiful, kind soul. She hasn't come to see me yet, but I'm sure that's because of all the confusion in the last few days. Juliet wouldn't believe for a second that I would be capable of harming her mother. I'm sure of it.
How did you two get involved?
We met at the university.
Your classmates?
Hardly. They wouldn't allow someone like me to enroll there. Juliet studies botany. I work as an assistant in the greenhouse. We started talking, and she actually treated me like a person. To everyone else, I was just the boy who fetched the test tubes. But Juliet actually wanted to hear what I had to say. Had the same taste in books and art. Didn't just treat me like some piece of gardening equipment. She even shared some of her notes with me after I told her I was interested in botany as well. From there, things just got better. I don't expect you to understand or approve, but that's how it happened.
Oh, you'd be surprised. It doesn't sound too different to how my wife and I got together. Except I was a detective and she was a singer at a bar.
And she's...
Yes, Mr. Martin. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How often is Juliet in the greenhouse?
Every weekday, but I doubt she's there now. She's probably trying to find out where I am and working to have me released.
Oh, that's adorable.
Somehow, I wouldn't bet on that.
That's all for now.
Oh, wait, before you go, would you do me a favor? Would you go see my mother at our house and give her a message?
You're at 451 Compton Street, right?
Yes, that's right.
Straight out
Could
of
you
Compton.
tell her I said St. Rock's dog is barking?
I suppose I could do that, yes.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever happened to a simple I love you?
Sure, let's go share the coded language that the accused murderer has told us. Alright, I'm gonna stop here for today. See you guys later.